So this is the Dancing Wings Savage Bobber bush plane, 1.8 meter wingspan, I think. And I put this together a few months ago now. Flies really well, nice and slow, very relaxing plane to fly. Unusual, I would say, because of the open structure at the back, and there's full-size bush planes that have this style of construction, so it's great to have a model like this. Dancing Wings done a good job on the kit, I'd say, and they included the electric motor, speed controller, all the servos you can get from them as a package on top of the ARF almost ready to fly model. It does take a few evenings to put together, I would say that. It's a classic style at wood, balsa, ply construction ARF, and you have to screw everything together, drill holes and whatever, but it's worth the effort. Now, after having put it together and done the maiden flights and flown it a little bit, really enjoyed it, I put FPV in it, Walksnail, or Caddx Walksnail, using their Goggles L, which is their budget headset goggles, and together with, I think, the Moonlight FPV camera and VTX. And really easy to set up with head tracking as well, using their GM 3-axis gimbal. Now, all flying FPV is all well and good, and I recommend giving it a go if you've not done it. But the additional complexity of adding a flight controller does take quite a bit of knowledge and time to do, but it's certainly worth it as well, because you get all of the telemetry in the goggles, altitude and speed, your return to home vector, your distance from home, and all of these things are really important when you're flying FPV. That on top of the autonomous flight modes, so which make it relaxing, so you could go into loiter mode, for example, and it will circle in a particular direction. You can change that direction with a rudder input, but means that you could concentrate on just having a look around while the flight controller flies the model. But also in this situation where if it went all dark in your goggles, if you were to lose FPV signal, and of all my years flying FPV, that's happened to me once or twice, and being able to flick it into return to home mode and the flight controller bringing it back into, close to the runway is a really great feature to have should that happen. But if you aren't flying with a flight controller and fly FPV, it's super important to have somebody next to you, a competent pilot next to you who can take control of the model while it's flying. And anyway, you should legally have a spotter with you who is keeping a visual lookout for your model and also the proximity to full-size aircraft that might be flying in your location. So this install just completed, installed iNav 8.0.1 onto this. I've done a few iNav installs now, so it was really simple to do, and looking forward to flying this for the first time. So climb on board and let's go for that first flight. Just waiting for the satellites that I need. I think we're good. We've got 6, which is the minimum that I need. So now if I arm, I'm now recording. So I'm going to take off line of sight. You can see that I can look around all directions. That's all working good. I've got the telemetry, the altitude and the speed at the top. Voltage telemetry down the left. And I'm just going to put those up on my forehead until I'm happy. Alright, here we go. Just check my view again. That all looks good. Taxiing this there's an art to taxiing this and takeoff as well, because you haven't got that closed structure at the back. Now I'm in the goggles. Wow, nice. 50 kilometers an hour, 80 meters. I prefer imperial. I can have to change that. Flying field down there to my left where I've just taken off. That's all nice. Don't even feel like I've got to do an auto tune because it's all good. There I am down there. Perfect. So this is a nice scale bush plane for relaxed flying. Just checking out the telemetry, so pulling about 25 amps. I'm using a 4S 4500 pack. And you see I've got at the bottom, I'm in acro mode. Just above that is my arrow to return back home. Fly over the centre line again. So from the top left I'm in 60% throttle. You can see my G meter below that, amps, total pack volts, milliamp hour capacity used. Then below that, far down, I've got my flight time. Below that, distance covered, I think. And then below that, my distance from home. Beautiful. On my right, 9 satellites. And my RSSI signal strength. Wow, it's all working perfectly. Comes from experience of using iNav. I've done lots of iNav planes now. And I'm using Caddx Walksnail . So the Goggles L, which has the head tracker built in, no need to use a separate head tracker. And the G3, I think a G3 3-axis gimbal with the moonlight camera, which is great in low light, not that we've got low light today. There I am down there. Brilliant. So we'll do one more circuit and then land. We'll try and land. Should be easy, shouldn't it? And it's a crosswind, so I don't think any direction's going to help me today. So we'll do a test approach. Slightly off centre line. Landing! So about tree height, I think. My downwind leg. Little above tree height, making my penultimate turn. Leave it a little bit. Turn, final turn, lined up perfectly. Here we go. Well, I'm on my wheels. Doesn't want to turn the other way. Brilliant. I think that's as good as it gets for a maiden flight. Brilliant. Wow. It's so immersive flying like that, and that was just a really nice, easy maiden flight. So the Dancing Wings Savage Bomber 1.8 meter bush plane, lots of fun to fly, and look how easy it is to convert it to head tracked FPV and land it as well first time. Thanks for watching, see you next time.